my heart, my brain, my soul in the next few minutes. A lot of people ask me, they say, Eric, how is it that you're always so positive and always smiling and always achieving one goal after another? And how do you actually have that determination to not be procrastinating all the time? And there's a lot of things that is going on in my mind. I'm a big thinker. I'm thinking all the time. I'm analyzing all the time. In fact, the last few years, I find myself in more silence, observing and witnessing everything that's around me and how things are actually moving, to actually start raising my consciousness. The biggest problem is a lot of people are always speaking and talking. And when you're speaking and talking, you are more not learning, but trying to get some reaction from the world. So the power of silence is when you can just sit there and not speak. Because when you're not speak, you are observing and you're seeing how things actually connect one to another, instead of saying what you do know and keeping an open mind and opening to the possibilities of what you don't know, because what we don't know is pretty much everything that happens in this world. And so how I get by my daily life is based on one philosophy and one understanding of life. Because through growing up, I was never the academic type. I was a shy kid. I was the kid in the classroom who used to sit in the corner, and I was afraid to put my hand up. And every time the teacher would point their finger at me, my face would go red, and I'll be like, what's going on with me? And I remember this moment where I'm speaking, and then she's asking me another question, and suddenly, and I'm thinking, what's wrong with me, Eric, And I was pretty much like that all the way through towards my teenage years. Then what happened was when I was about 15, 16, I became a bit of a rebel until my dad kind of reeled me back in with his hard management Asian skills. And then took me back to saying, Eric, you need to work hard. You need to make money. You need to be successful. And then I went on this journey of finding success and figuring out what it is. And then I was making money. And when I was making money, then I fell into another problem, which was, what's next? I don't know if you guys had that moment before. It's like, why make so much money? Like, what can we do with it? I can only buy one sports car, one nice house, one yacht, I can buy multiples, but it's not going to make me any more happy. And until one thing that happened was I went on a trip to Africa, and then that's when I set up the orphanage. That's where I found my purpose. Because I realized one thing, I realized that there's only so much in terms of materials we can have in this lifetime. But what I realized was beyond that, there is that greater consciousness and this greater understanding of life where it is actually beyond yourself. And so what I actually started to do was start to give to a lot of charities, and then I formed my own charity. Then I went out there helping people, and lo and behold, what actually happened was I realized that I couldn't help them all, which kind of made me a little bit upset, because it becomes an addiction as well. You want to help more and more people. And then the whole driver towards who I am today and what I do, how is it that I've been able to do, I don't even know, I think about 300 or 400 videos this year, putting it out there consistently, even at times when I first started in January and, I only had like less than 1,000 subscribers, and I would get 20 views and 30 views, and most of it was from my mum. But how did I have that drive and determination is because I figured out one thing in life, is that there's this principle that a good friend of mine, Jarek Robbins, he shares. He says, we come into this world, we learn it, we live it, we give it. And I love that principle, because I think we come into this life, we want to learn. Then we learn the stuff, we practice it, we live it. Once we kind of suss it out, we kind of got our head together around the secrets of success or happiness, then our next part is we want to tell the people around us, we want to give it. And, that is my determination, that is my drive, that is what I'm dedicated to today. That's what wakes me up in the morning. When I know that just by me waking up this morning, just by me getting my ass out of bed, I'm going to just be able to just even impact one life is enough for me, because I know I'm living to my fullest potential, and I know that every moment of my life I am living purposeful, because my focus is on everybody, all of you guys out there. And I think that's what's beautiful in life. And people say, well, how do you stay positive all the time? Think about it this way. The only time when you are negative or unhappy is when you are focused inwards. When you're thinking, why did this happen to me? Or why did they say this to me? Or everything's I, and me. The moment you focus it outwards, if my focus is, hey, how do I impact your life? Right? Think about it this way. Imagine if somebody stood on your toe and your toe's hurting, right? Imagine that your toe, why did someone stand on my toe? And you focus on your toe so you feel in pain. But imagine somebody dying in front of you in that moment, right? You will not feel your toe anymore. And this is exactly how I live today. All my focus is outwards. How do I make an impact today? How do I practice kindness today? How do I just even put a smile on somebody's face? Because I know that could be a whole domino effect, and it could change the whole destiny for another person. So if you start focusing outwards, your life will change. And if you can, in one lifetime, and I've been so blessed to be able to reach more than one life a day, be able to reach millions of people around the world. That is a bonus. I think I'm done for today. That's my heart, that's my mind, that's my soul poured out for you. Ciao.